What if the world around us was hiding a tiny secret kingdom? One filled with talking flowers, leaves and grass, all living together beneath our feet. That was the wonderfully unusual idea behind Windfalls. This British stop-motion series arrived on ITV in 1989, created, written and directed by Jenny Kenna. Produced by Filmfare and Central Independent Television, the series consisted of 26 episodes, with each story lasting around 5 minutes. The Windfalls themselves were tiny characters made from real leaves, grasses and pressed flowers. They lived in a magical place called Windfall Land, where nature was, quite literally, brought to life. At the heart of the series were 3 friends: Berry, Butterbur and Rosebay. Their adventures introduced them to a whole collection of other plant-based characters, including Cornflower, Daisy, Uncle Onion, Bella Donna, Evening Primrose, Nettle, Dock and Foxglove. There were 23 supporting characters in total, each created from a different plant. But Windfalls wasn't simply about watching flowers and leaves have adventures. The programme had an educational side too, teaching children about the natural world and some of the signs they should look for in nature. Stories explored everything from changing weather and the seasons to plants, wildlife and the countryside. One episode, for example, focused on Nettle and Dock, while others included weather signs, flying flowers, the oak tree and winter in Windfall Land. There were also some rather unusual lessons along the way. The series introduced children to traditional knowledge about plants, including their uses and dangers. It was a gentle way of encouraging young viewers to look a little closer at the natural world around them. Adding to the atmosphere was a narration of legendary voice artist Peter Hawkins, who also provided the voices for the characters. Music was composed by Joan Alexis, helping to give the series its distinctive, slightly magical feel. The animation itself was particularly special. Rather than creating characters from clay or conventional puppets, the production used real pieces of nature to create its tiny cast. The series originally aired from April to July 1989, with 2 5-minute stories shown back to back during each UK broadcast. It was also shown internationally, including in Australia, Canada, New Zealand and Singapore. For a programme that lasted just a single series, Windfall created a surprisingly memorable little world. One where a leaf could become a person, a flower could become a friend, and an ordinary patch of the countryside could suddenly become the setting for a magical adventure. Perhaps that's the best thing about Windfalls. It encouraged children to look down at the grass, leaves and flowers around them and wonder, what if there were tiny creatures living down there too?